Well, friends, as you can see, I am in this garage. So we're going through like a big transition, and so if my eyes are red, I usually cry when I have my devotions. So it's really early right now, and I was just in prayer, so that's why my eyes are all red and puffy. But anyways, I'm in this garage. This is where I hang out, and the children's toys are around, and we're just like in this big transition, and still with my husband's mom temporarily. So we're hoping that we'll be able to move out soon, and we just had to come and be able to get back on our feet and do things that we needed to do here in the state. So we'll find out this Shabbat how long we'll be here. Yahuah has been really opening doors for us and being able to just, this has been a trying season, period of just really relying on Him and being patient and waiting on Him. And so that's where I find myself very often just reminding myself that it's all in His timing. And so He's put me in a position where He just wants me to wait and to be thankful for everything that I have. So that's where I'm at. This is where I'm at. The garage, being thankful for the garage. So we are on commandment number 8. Commandment number 8. And it was about over a year that I started this series, and I still have 2 more commandments. And it's just been, a learning journey and experience for everyone involved. So I'm excited to go ahead and move on to commandment number 8, and to be able to bring you the depth and the beauty of this commandment as we dig deep and go into the Odiot and be able to really understand what it is that Yah is commanding us in this commandment. So, commandment number 8, Devarim 5, verse 19, you do not steal. You do not steal. Lo teganab. So, by now, we've already established that the law is no, nothing. To be without. To not be. No. Not. None. Prohibition. Totally no. Okay? We've already established that law, which is the lamed and the aleph, is total prohibition. No, you do not. Not doing it. Nothing. And then we have the word ganab. Ganab is the word steal. Steal away. Carry away. To steal. To steal away. To carry away. So we have no, not absolute prohibition, right? We've established that. No. Then we have the word ganab. So we have the gamel. I guess I don't need to write so big. We have the ganab. Right? We have So we have the Gamel, the Nun, and the Bet. Okay, Ganab. This word Ganab means to steal away, carry away. So we are not to steal. We're not to steal away, and we are not to carry away. Okay? Let's go deeper. So we have the, let's take this to the Odiot. First we have the Gamel, the Gam. Okay? This is the Gam. Now, the Gam it means a foot, gather, to walk, or carry. Now remember, for the Odiot, these letters, these signs, are all talking about a function. You know, the foot helps us, the leg, the foot helps us to gather, it helps us to walk. What are we usually doing when we're walking? We're carrying something, right? So this is the function, the gathering, the walking, and the carrying is the function of the foot. Then we have the Nun. Nun. This sign is a seed. So when you plant your seed in the ground, what happens? A little sprout comes out, a little root going into the ground, and you still have your seed. Now, we'll put seed, and it's the seed with the root coming out, right? That's what we see here. Again, it's the function of the seed. It's not just the seed, but the function of the seed is to grow. What else is a seed? Well, if this is the seed, if this is a mustard seed, what is it going to grow? It's going to grow a mustard tree. So this seed is also continuation of a new generation. What other kind of seed could this be? Huh? What other kind of seed could this be? Well, it could be a sperm. Doesn't it kind of look like that? A sperm seed. Right? It could be a sperm seed. And what does a sperm seed produce? Well, son or a daughter. But more importantly, it produces the heir. Or next generation. Right? What happens when you build your family? The father and the mother come together in love. Right? And they bring forth the heir. What happens after that? Maybe the family continues to grow. More heirs. More seed. More seed. So the seed, the noon, is the continuation of the new generation, the son or the daughter, the heir. And it's also the seed with the root coming out. And then the final that we have, I'll just do it down here, is the bet. I really like the bet. I like all of them. The bet. What is the bet? The bet is the tent. So we can see a layout of the way their tents, their homes used to be. Right? So this is like the top, from the top down. We're looking at the layout out of the house. Maybe here was a bed. Living space here. Place to cook here, maybe. And then the husband, he laid here because he was the protector of the home. And here is the door, the straw little dallet. There was the door. So whoever came in would see the husband after he was invited in. And then there was another layer inside of the home where the wife and the children were. Or at least the wife. Where the wife was. So I like the layout of their tent because ultimately the husband is protecting the wife. Right? You see that? He's there. He's making sure no one's coming in that should not be there. And if somebody does, he can be there and to protect. And stop the oncoming. He is the protector of the home. He is protecting the door. Anything that comes cannot enter unless he permits it. So I like that layout of the house because it shows the guardianship that he had, the protector. He was the protector. Okay? So the final letter in Ganab is bet. Bet. Now the bet is the tent, also the family. The family lives in the home. It is the covering. For the family. It can also mean in or inside. Or those who reside in the tent. The home. Their homes were tents then. So we have the gan, the noon, and the bet. Okay? Now, remember when I told you in my previous video on the quof that there are parent roots, child roots, and adopted roots to words. Let's look at the parent root for the word ganab. So what we have first is we have gam and noon. Gun. We have gun. Gun. This parent root means garden, gun, garden. And you can see how the gun makes up our word, our English word, garden. So we'll just go ahead and put that right here, garden. Now, what happens in the garden? Well, there's a gathering, right? What does this mean? To walk, carry, or gather of seeds. Isn't that cool? There's a gathering. When the harvest comes, we go out and we gather seeds so we can continue the seed. We can continue the seed. A garden is a place for growing crops. Growing crops. And it is gardens then were surrounded by a rock wall because they had to protect their gardens from invaders, rabbits, cattle. So here we have the rock wall all around the garden. Got the rock wall. And then inside you have the garden. All kinds of different, maybe you had a gate. Right, you got a little gate here for the entrance. And then you have your garden. Okay. So the gardens were protected and surrounded by the rock wall, or we also call it a hedge. Surrounded or a hedge. How many times we hear in the scriptures a hedge of protection? He has made a hedge of protection to protect us from grazing livestock. Or animals. Okay. So that gun also sort of like a bowl or a container, right? So that parent root gun is garden, a gathering of seeds. What happens in the garden? Gathering of seeds. We grow crops. Surrounded, this garden most of the time surrounded by a rock wall to protect us or our family. Our family is a garden. And this was the type of outlook that they had, you know. If without your family you couldn't, you were alone. You would have to do all the work by yourself, and that was a lot of work. Let's look at the second root word for the word ganab. And that would be noon and bet. Nab. So we'll have the noon and the pet. What does this one mean? Well, we have the seed, inside. The seed inside. Isn't that cool? The seed inside. What happens when the seed is inside? It germinates. So we have a germination of the seed. Seed inside where? Seed in the ground. Seed inside the plant. We have the germination. So we have the germination. What else happens when the seed is inside? Well, seed opens. The seed opens. And the plant bores through the ground, through the soil. And goes to the surface. Seed being in the ground also is like prophecy. That is said. So when we speak words, we're planting seeds. So a planting can also be a speaking of words, right? Ever notice that? Careful what you speak because you're planting seeds. And those words bring forth fruit, either for good or for evil. So the prophecy is like seed being planted. You're speaking words, and eventually those will bring forth fruit. So in this word ganab, we have the parent root gan and the root and the parent root nab. So now let's put this all together. Now there's one more part of this word ganab. We looked at the parent root gan. We looked at the parent root nab. Now let's look at the adopted root. Which is ganab. G-N-B. That would be, once again, the gam, the noon, and the bet. This is number 2073 in Strong's. Root. This adopted root means thief. Look at carrying the seed away from the home. Stealing, carrying away. Stealing the seed from within. So it's thief or theft. And what? Back then, everything that you grew was what you were eating. So this was your life source, and you had to protect it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have anything to eat. And animals could be what you were protecting it from, but also people. But so if an animal is coming and eating or taking your stuff, he is thieving. He's to the rabbit or to the animal, it's just eating or trying to live too, but off of you. But to a thief, to human hands, to a human foot, he knew what he was doing. He's stealing. And a thief or theft is what a garden is protected from. So this word ganab, it's thief, theft, steal, carry, or brought. In the scriptures, before the word ganab, we have the tet, which is the mark. And this mark is saying you, the one reading this, are not to ganab. So here we have, the gamel bringing either the barakah or the judgment upon us. What are we using our feet for? Is it for righteousness or is it for theft? And we have the seed, which is the noon, which is the number, represents the number 50. And this can also represent freedom and fullness of life. Also faithfulness. Who was faithful during the Exodus? Well, Yahuah or Joshua. He was faithful. And who was he the son of? He was the son of Nun. So Yahushua was this symbol, this heir, and he's the one that led the people over and into victory. And then we have the bet, which also represents duality. Also creation, Bereshit, the first letter, the first ot in the scriptures, Bereshit, meaning creation, to create. Also, the dwelling place. Yep, the dwelling place, the place where we rest our heads and lay down at night. And a house of dwelling. Sort of where we find our rest. So let's put all of this together and see what he is telling us in this 8th commandment. After putting it all apart, taking it all apart and going down to the parent and the adopted roots, let's see what it means to not steal. My little helper over there is erasing the board for me while we put this all together. So essentially what he's telling us is you do not steal. Don't lift up and carry away. Don't gather seeds that are not yours. Don't take anything that is not yours out of your neighbor's house or out of their garden, and take it and put it in your house. Don't teach your seed those things. Don't teach your son or your daughter or the heir or the next in the generation to pick up and carry away. Don't take from others' dwelling place, from their gardens. Don't be a thief. Don't teach your seed to steal, and don't steal seed from your neighbor. Don't pass on things of thievery. Don't pass on to the continuing generation. Don't gather from gardens that are not yours. So this garden picture is very powerful because, you know, in those days it was dinner. It was, you know, everything was food and water, trying to survive. And passing on to the next generation those skills, those qualities, those things of how to survive, how to grow your own food, how to draw your own water, how to teach your sons and daughters. If we're doing wickedness, like thieving and robbing and being unrighteous and teaching our children that is what's going to end up in our garden. And that's what's going to end up in our house. So what we do is important because it's what our children will do. So by us not stealing, by us guarding this commandment, by us being faithful and upright, by us not walking to and fro to places that are not ours, and allowing the enemy to test us or to put like number 9 or actually number 10 into our heart, which is coveting. When we stay focused and we guard these commands and we dig deep into see what it means, that it means we are to teach our sons and our seed, our daughters, the next generation, the heirs of our household, to be faithful and upright, to do what is righteous, to do what is good. That's the seed that will be brought into our home. That's the seed that will come out of our home. Whatever we bring in to our home, into our bed, to our tents, that is the same seed that is going to go out. Because whatever we bring in, our children, our seed, our noon, is going to learn and also carry out of the bed, carry out of the tent, of the dwelling place. That is the creation that we create. So it's important that what we bring into our home is not wickedness, is not thievery, is not a destroying of others, but that we continue to just maintain our gardens and continue to protect our gardens and to teach our children how to protect our gardens. And essentially by teaching our children to protect our gardens and how to treat the gardens of others, and the garden representing the life of the house, the food of the house, the nourishment of the house. And that could be our neighbors' homes, anybody else's homes that are around, their family. The home is the family. The seed is what comes out of the home. And so by teaching our noon, our seed, or by planting seeds of righteousness. When we plant seeds, the noon of goodness, we will also benefit and reap the seed of goodness. And that's what will be growing in our garden. That's what will be the life of our bed, of our dwelling place, of our house. Whatever we bring in through our gom, through the carrying, through the foot, whatever we bring in or carry off or bring in via seed. Now remember, our words are seeds, our actions are seeds, our thoughts are seeds. So whatever we are allowing as a seed to grow in our bed, to grow in our house, that is what's going to come out and teach our physical seed how to carry on their life. So if we are bringing in good things into our bed, good noon into our bed, what comes out of our bed will be that type of seed. And then it will teach our physical seed what to bring into their bet, what to gom into their bet, what kind of noon they will gom into their bet. So this command, do not steal, has so much more deeper meaning than just seeing something and taking it. It is much deeper. It is a daily thought life. It is a daily practice of doing righteousness, of doing what is right. Not taking from others, not destroying the garden of others, but actually teaching our seed and bringing in good seed, teaching our seed how to bring good seed into their bed, into their homes. And then the seed of righteousness that we bring in will also bring us a bountiful garden of goodness and righteousness. So just by saying, do not steal, do not destroy the garden, the wall, the hedges of others, and also don't teach your seed to do that, but rather teach your seed how to collect seed of goodness and bring it into your bet, so that whatever comes out of your bet will be goodness. And see, when we bring good things into our home, and those are the seeds that are planted within our homes, that's going to be the same seed that our seed takes out of the home and goms. And they gom to wherever they go. They carry, or they take up those good seeds. Hallelujah! That is so awesome, because literally what we bring into our home, we are the caretakers. We are the authority figures in our homes, and whatever we bring in because of what we desire, because of what we are doing, because of our thought life, because our thought life becomes our action life, and our actions create our experience. So it's important that the actions that we are taking are righteousness, and that we are not going to places of unrighteousness. We are not allowing our feet, to carry us, to take us, to pick us up and take us to places of unrighteousness. Because wherever we go, we're gathering seeds. We're gathering seeds. So let us always remember to gather seeds of righteousness, so that our seeds will learn from those seeds of righteousness, and we will be filling our bet with good seed, and what comes out of our bet will also be good seed. So, hallelujah! We are on number 8, and we are going to be moving on to number 9. I'm so eager to get my creation video done, but all in good timing. And so I'm really excited. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you got a lot out of it.